Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Factor Cap Paranormal Files. My name is Wes, and this series is where we break down paranormal videos and try and figure out if they are real or fake, fact or cap. Basically, why does my opinion matter? I've been researching and investigating the paranormal for 10 plus years, and I'm pretty harsh. I'm very critical of my opinions on paranormal, of videos of paranormal, because at the core of it, I really just want to know if there is something else out there. I don't have the answer. I can't tell you there is. I can't tell you there isn't. We've seen some videos in this series where it really is kind of compelling, and then we've seen a lot of shitters. A whole bunch of fakes for views, for clout, whatever you want to call it, to get your name out there. We've even shown how easy it is to fake some stuff on here by making fake pictures and making fake videos, and it really does. It's really not a difficult task. But anyways, this series has kind of been on a little bit of a hold as of late. So is the whole channel. I've been super busy, but I'm hoping to get at least 2 or 3 videos out every week going forward. And it's just going to be a variety of different things. But every Monday, I want to start with some scary stuff, some spooky stuff. So I figured, why not change Factor Cap to a Monday series? I can get it done every single week, and everyone seems to enjoy this one the most. So we have another one of our Nukes Top 5, one of the best compilation paranormal channels on YouTube, if not the best on YouTube. And today's video is Top 5 Scary Ghost Videos to Scream Along to. So, as per usual, we'll go through these, we'll watch them, we'll pause after the video and kind of break it down.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera, followed home. Now, longtime viewers of my channel might remember that almost 1 year ago, I featured a series of videos by a young Dutch woman named Sabia L. Sabia claimed that her apartment in the Netherlands was haunted by something that lurked in the shadows. Something dark and sinister.
Kijk, zie. Jezus. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh. Oh my god.
As time went by, the paranormal activity in Sabia's apartment intensified, becoming so terrifying that Sabia began to live in abject fear of whatever evil presence might be haunting her home.
So we have covered this before, this lady in particular.
Licht elke keer. Oh. Dat was een stem. Dat was een stem. Oh, Jezus.
9 months ago, Sabia L suddenly just stopped posting to YouTube entirely, leaving her concerned fans and followers wondering just why. But then, just 3 months ago, Sabia made a surprise return to her YouTube channel. She posted only one short video. The post was a positive one, letting her followers know that she had finally saved up enough money to move out of her terrifying haunted apartment. The 30-second video shows Sabia giving one final walkthrough of the empty apartment. Her optimistic video title proclaimed, "Last video, haunted apartment in the Netherlands. No more poltergeist activity for me." As you might guess, Sabia L's nightmarish story did not end there. Sabia says that she experienced months of peace and relaxation in her new home. But then strange and disturbing things began to happen all over again. The odd events quickly became more and more unsettling. One night, the lights in her hallway begin to flicker, so she pulls out her phone and begins to record. She encounters something absolutely horrifying.
Dat licht knipperde weer aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Dat. ik durf niet. Verdorie. Helemaal klaar mee. Oh. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga er niet naartoe. Ik bel wel iemand.
Did you see it? Sabia turns away from the hallway as a light fixture suddenly...
So, where I'm kind of stuck with this one and this whole series of videos that this lady has put up is kind of what we run into sometimes when it seems like someone who really is trying to record stuff is, do we give credibility, right? Because it's a super creepy video, right? Like, even if you go and find some of her old ones, they're all really creepy and they all are somewhat convincing, but they teeter that line of like, is this edited? Is she good at this? Does she hire someone? Does she have people in her house messing with the lights? Like, it turns into, do we know who this person is and do we give them credibility, right? Because I think there's a lot of people in the paranormal world who are so quick to just say, oh my god, that's like she's being haunted, and her reactions seem genuine. Well, it's not hard to fake genuine reactions anymore. We see that in so much content. It's not a difficult thing to do. So are we giving her the credibility and just saying, yes, this is for sure happening? Or is she a content creator making content? I mean, she left an old house to a new house and the stuff is continuing to happen. Now, there are for sure situations, if you believe in it, where, you know, hauntings aren't necessarily a place, it's a person. There could be stuff attached to people. Those are theories that exist. Maybe a demon's attached to her, if you believe in that. I personally don't, but those are theories that exist. And it could, if she moved, it could have traveled with her. As more of a person who believes that everyone's just out making content, to me it sounds like she gained this following in her old place. It seems like she had started creating this content at her house, and then maybe she decided to move, or she had an opportunity, or whatever it is, and has just didn't want to like lose her YouTube following by going stagnant or whatever, and wanted to keep building that audience or whatever, and just claim that it is following with her. It's not crazy to me to think that that's something that you could easily fake, but that's kind of where my head's at. The videos are really good if they are fake, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
Moves on its own. When she turns back, the hall light has gone out again, and something dark and menacing seems to be waiting there for her. Whatever it is then seems to charge up the stairs, but understandably, Sabia does not follow.
Oh.
Sabia L believes that the dark, malevolent being that haunted her old apartment has now followed her to her new home. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch this video as well as all of Sabia L's past terrifying encounters over on her channel, Sabia L. A window to the soul. So this is a story that starts weird and just gets weirder. But first, a little bit of history. Way back in 1679, Irish Catholic priest Oliver Plunkett was arrested for supporting the Catholic faith, which at the time was considered a serious criminal offense by the English monarchy. He was held in Newgate Prison in London before being executed. And so here's where things get really weird. Over 240 years later, in 1921, Oliver Plunkett's head, yes, just his head, was brought to St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland, where it was put on display in a garish, ornately decorated glass box. The St. Peter's Church also placed on display the prison door of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell from Newgate Prison, where Plunkett was held for 8 months before his execution. YouTube user Vicky Bramshaw was on vacation when she visited St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland. She is recording the exhibit of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell door when she catches something absolutely unnerving.
This is the door of the cell in Newgate Prison, where St. Oliver Plunkett was imprisoned for 8 months.
He's a very interesting figure, because he was one of the first ecumenical Christian priests.
There is a small opening in the ancient jail cell door, and some pale, ghostly face just seems to peek out of it at them. Vicky says she has no idea what this face could be. She says she has no knowledge of visual effects to fake something like this.
See, okay, the problem I have immediately is when we're looking at this right here, that's blocked and it almost looks like cement right there. All right, let me move my Chungus head. Right? Doesn't that look like there's like, it's not open? That looks like there's like a little ledge right here, but then this is just a cement thing like to block it. Like maybe they blocked it for the public because it's just not, they don't want people trying to reach in there or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's super small and it just looks like that and that's actually the back wall.
The light. You decide.
I mean, it's kind of eerie, right? A little bit, but if we're talking edited videos, that's pretty edited, in my opinion. It looks fake as shit. It actually looks like it looks like she cropped out the face from Shrek, the mirror on the wall face.
Or is it just a very, very odd trick of the light? You decide.
That's possible too. It could 100% because she's recording with what seems to be a toaster. It could just be weird lighting in the church, and it's just reflecting off of maybe there is metal back there.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Haunting Tales of Chernobyl. On April 26, 1986, reactor number 4 in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, resulting in the worst nuclear catastrophe in history. A total of 117,000 people were evacuated, but many suffered horrific tragic deaths as lethal levels of radiation swept over the countryside. To this day, the land around the reactor is still highly radioactive. It has been deserted for over 35 years. Italian paranormal investigators Paolo, Debbie, Jack, and Simone from the YouTube channel Pit Paranormal Investigation have the unique opportunity to explore and investigate the abandoned ghost towns surrounding the Chernobyl power plant. Experienced tour guide Alex safely escorts the group through the dangerous area. The Pit team begins their journey in Pripyat, the city closest to the Chernobyl power plant. The nervous investigators soon realize that they have to conduct their investigation in an entirely different way than normal, as everything around them is highly contaminated with radioactive fallout.
E dobbiamo completamente cancellare tutte le abitudini che abbiamo.
That's not necessarily true. I mean, there is radiation quite a bit, but it's not like on that level. Like if you guys follow, there's this I don't know what the term is, but he's someone who goes and just lives free and explores places. I think the channel's name is Shy. He also does music, but he did a whole entire, I think he's been to Chernobyl twice, and I mean they made it all the way up to, I don't know, not like close to the reactor by any stretch of imagination, but they were pretty deep in this city, and It wasn't like you can't like touch shit. It's just, you know, there is some radioactivity, and I'm sure if you stay long enough, it messes you up.
Ed è una cosa
È
difficilissima.
difficilissimo, ma anche solo appoggiare uno zaino momentaneamente per terra. Non si può appoggiare, non lo so,
non puoi
un
legarti
ginocchio
la
per
scarpa,
terra per
ecco.
legarti la scarpa, non si può. Raga, è veramente una cosa difficile.
Guardate, solo
See, I'm already not believing this because they're trying to make a dramatic thing out of something that isn't.
così, cioè questo è un contatore Geiger, misura le radiazioni.
Dude, they slept on like this guy that I'm talking about. Maybe I'll try and link the channel below. Like they slept there like overnight and slept on the ground and shit. Like these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Solo per dirvela brevemente, siamo a 1,40, 1,50 e contate che la soglia massima è 0,30.
Now, most of the abandoned buildings in Pripyat are extremely dangerous to enter, so it's illegal to go inside most structures. For this reason, investigator Paolo has brought along a small remote-controlled car with an attached GoPro. He carefully drives it into one of the abandoned structures as he records. After a bit of exploring with the RC car, he's...
Dude, they took people like I'm sorry, I'm just really like this is stupid. There's tours that go through here, like paid tours in this area specifically. So
stops it inside and leaves the camera recording in an attempt to capture anything out of the ordinary. When they review their footage, the team is shocked. Now, as I mentioned before, Paolo and his team are all outside and no one is allowed into this building. So what is this? A strange shadow moves from right to left, seemingly followed by two other strange shadow anomalies. Soon the investigators are forced to leave the area, as they can only be exposed to the high radiation level for a limited time. Another night, and the Pit Paranormal team has the unique opportunity to explore the abandoned old Chernobyl hospital. Obviously, the building was the site of intense tragedy and suffering, as many passed away here during the Chernobyl meltdown. It is said that their spirits still haunt the hospital. The Pit team brings all of their equipment, hoping to properly investigate the hospital and maybe even make contact with any spirits that might inhabit the building. What they capture is truly bizarre.
I hate this. A strange, unexplained sound startles the Pit Paranormal team. Paolo grabs his thermal camera and starts to record. What happens next is downright chilling.
A me è sembrato un oggetto che si spostava, ma perché ci sono tanti oggetti qua? No, però potrebbe essere una stanza. O era nel corridoio, perché noi eravamo in una stanza, non abbiamo sentito bene. Non ho capito, non so, sicuramente era. Raga, voi due siete i nostri occhi, Voi. Anche te già che siete i nostri occhi, quindi. Perché io vedo ben poco. Chi c'è? C'è qualcuno qui? Vuoi avvicinarti? Cosa? Raga, cosa? Il muro. Cosa? Davanti a Simo a destra. Il muro davanti a Simo a destra. Questo ha formato. Raga. Cosa? Raga, ha formato una persona. Che cacchio è stato? Raga, si è formata una persona. persona lì. Ma stai scherzando? Lì. È filmato, allora
Oh, are you shitting me?
si è formata una persona, io dico una sagoma bianca, con testa, spalle e tutto, lì davanti.
A creepy figure seems to appear but can only be seen through the thermal camera. Inexplicably, the figure seems to emit more and more heat. Paolo and cameraman Simone approach the apparition, and they discover something terrifying.
Sono i morti. Porca vacca. Stai scherzando? La porta. È chiusa, tu sei chiusa? Non chiusa. Mi sembra che abbiano anche ripresa, perché mi stavo girando per venire a prenderti in faccia. E mi sembra che l'ho anche ripresa che stava chiudendo io lontano. Non l'ho chiusa io.
Paolo and Simone are shocked as the thermal camera reveals footprints on the floor in the room right next to where the figure appeared. The door slams shut and locks, separating Debbie and cameraman Jack. And now, they too encounter something terrifying out in the hospital hall.
C'è qualcuno che ci sta prendendo in giro? Non ci vuole far paura?
C'è qualcuno. Chi c'è?
Cos'era?
Jack.
Arriva da quella porta, c'è una porta socchiusa, Debbie.
Jack, c'è qualcuno.
Arriva da quella porta lì. Arriva da quella porta lì, è socchiusa.
C'è una voce.
Did you hear it? The two nervous investigators capture a deep, breath-like voice on camera.
Cos'era? Porta lì. Arriva da quella porta lì, è socchiusa.
C'è una voce.
Eventually, the team is reunited and they leave Chernobyl believing that they did in fact make contact with some of the ghosts of Chernobyl's past. I highly recommend that you check out Pit Paranormal's 8-part Chernobyl series.
Okay, so you may have heard me huffing and puffing through this, but oops. I just like the reactions didn't seem genuine to me personally. It seems like they watch a lot of ghost hunters and a lot of how do we get views on YouTube with overreacting. It just, I don't know. I've done a lot of paranormal investigations, and I've had people who are scared, and I've never seen someone who looks like the poster child for an overreaction on YouTube, like a content creator overreaction. I'm not going to discredit them right off the whip because maybe they do have other credible stuff, but it just, in the build up to it, like the first little video with the apparition walking past like the outside concrete wall, like that's natural lighting. That could have been a million things that would have blocked that natural lighting that didn't have to be in that building. There's ginormous open walls for the sunlight to come in. Like, that could have been a fucking cloud for all we know. It just, I don't know, man. I have this radar when it comes to paranormal investigators of just like this big bullshit radar. And that whole video just smelled like bullshit. And maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just being overcritical. I mean, they do have the footsteps. And I guess they're trying to say that this is an apparition forming. I mean, the footsteps are clearly there, right? But I guess they're thinking that this little extra hot spot is potentially an apparition. But I mean, I don't know. It still just seems like a stretch to me. And maybe they are, maybe the main dude or whatever is like hamming it up a bit because, you know, it is YouTube, and I understand that, I do, but I just, when it comes to paranormal, I feel like we just have so much fake ones. Why not just be like genuine? I don't know. We'll keep going.
Videos have subtitles in multiple languages, including English. Excessively haunted. Now, if you're a regular Nuke's Top 5 viewer, you know that I've featured the popular paranormal YouTube channel Really Haunted many times. Homeowners Lee and his wife Stacy have experienced increasingly violent paranormal activity in their home in England for years now. And it just seems to keep getting worse.
I've seen these.
What's up?
My back.
Lee's wife Stacy says that since the bed incident, she is so scared of the violent poltergeist in their house that she often just avoids sleeping in their home.
I'd stayed in the caravan a bit before that, but that was the once that happened, I never went back in the house after that.
Over the 4 months since I last featured Really Haunted, Lee says that the activity in his home has only become more intense and frightening.
I damn landed it. Oh, JK.
Stop. That's it. Holy
Lee says that he refuses to leave his home regardless of the extreme poltergeist activity. But facing off against a malevolent spirit is not easy. Late one night, Lee hears noises outside his second-story bedroom. He gets up to investigate, but it did not go well.
In the meantime, we're gonna go for a national photo.
Something's shaking door.
Something seems to violently push Lee, launching him backwards, and whatever pushed him now wants in the room.
The noise. That's the attic. How can it be doing both at once?
So is Lee's house, quote, really haunted? As always, I leave that to you to decide. To see the full story and videos of Lee's encounter with the dark presence that terrorizes his home, I highly recommend checking out the YouTube channel, Really Haunted.
You know, I believe that this one went super viral, right? Either TikTok or Instagram or something like that. I remember seeing stuff about this, and it is very interesting. I'm one who has pointed out quite a bit how easy it is to pull or fake poltergeist stuff, especially if you have the black and white cameras going. It's not hard to get around it. It's really not, especially with smart homes nowadays. Like there was one where his burner turned on. If you just smart activate it, it'd be easy to do that. I'm not saying that's what he did. He does have what looks like an Amazon Echo here, so it wouldn't be hard to set that up, have it go off at a certain time or go off of the phone. Cords, wires, easy to set up. You know, you wouldn't see it on these types of cameras. It'd be if he is faking it. My problem is I have looked into his channel before, and clickbaity titles, clickbaity thumbnails. He's creating content for sure, and whether or not he's doing it because it is genuinely happening, or he's doing it because he is in a shitty situation and wants to make something out of it, which I have no issue with personally. I have zero issue with that. You know, if you have crazy paranormal shit happening and you can make money off of it by doing a YouTube channel, absolutely do it. Document it. Show the world. It's just tough, right? Because they seem like normal ass people, you know, like him and his girlfriend or whatever. They look, they talk, they act just like normal ass people. Like nothing weird, you know, just normal people, you know, and that tends to make me believe stuff a little bit more, just because it's like, I don't know, you can relate more to normal people. You know, he's got almost 50k subs, views are pretty decent, like doing 17k, 20k, 13k, like his channel's doing well. But like I'm saying, right, is like extremely clickbait titles, extremely clickbait thumbnails. He's done the Mr. Beast school of thumbnails, you know, your circles, your text, your ominous stuff. Like, he's not, if this is real, he is doing a good job of his back end. If it's fake, here's some indicators, right? It's tough. I've watched a handful of them uncut, and you know, I can't tell you. I can't tell you one way or the other. I don't believe in poltergeist shit. I think that it's kind of weird. I think that it's easily faked. And the only thing that I guess would be kind of difficult, unless you had a third person in your house, which isn't out of the ordinary, right, is his girlfriend or whatever getting her feet yanked. It wouldn't, like, I say, I guess it really isn't that crazy, right? If you're making content and you know that it's doing well, people will do anything. Like, have a friend come over, have them open the door, stay out of the camera frame, and then, you know, yank her feet. Because it was like, we don't have the other camera angle for that one, I don't think. So like, if we had the camera angle of the door opening and someone, like, you don't see anything and you just see her get yanked, like, then it would be a little bit more compelling. But we don't have that camera angle. We can't even see the space between the bed and the wall in that one, so it definitely could be faked. It's tough, man. It's tough with that one.
Paranormal investigator Sandro Silva from the YouTube channel Casa Sobrenatural sets out to explore an abandoned home in Brazil. The house is said to be extremely haunted by multiple dark spirits. He's joined by his two friends, Macon and Climerson, as they carefully walk through the rubble of the deserted structure. The air feels heavy as the team reflects on the ominous atmosphere. Suddenly, they get an unexpected fright.
Nossa, energia muito pesada, mano, nessa casa. É sinistro, mano, muito cabuloso, cara. Assustador de cara. Meu Deus do céu, Sandro. Você viu o barulho, mano?
On the ominous
Let's run that noise back. Sorry.
Atmosphere. Suddenly, they get an unexpected fright.
Nossa, energia muito pesada, mano, nessa casa. É sinistro, mano, muito cabuloso, cara. Assustador de cara.
It's... Oh, I'm sorry, but it's so delayed. It's like he hears it and then looks at his friend and then forgets that he needs to react, as if it was something crazy scary for the camera. It was like, oh, right? Am I crazy? It seems like delayed reaction. I don't know. No shit, a roof tile just fell. There ain't a roof.
Cara, foi nitidamente. Quebrou, mano. Caiu, quebrou, mano.
Pesada. Vocês viram que caiu uma teia ali, mano.
Nossa, foi nítido, quebrou, mano. Vou usar o pé daí, mano.
Mano, caiu a teia ali, velho.
Daqui a pouco começa a jogar teia em cima da nossa cabeça, é louco?
Tem alguma coisa aqui, cara, que não quer nós aqui, mano.
Não.
The three friends suspect a roof tile has fallen nearby and discuss whether it's safe to continue their investigation. But before they can even reach a decision, things take a terrifying turn.
Oh! Escuta. Passa, mano.
Passo, velho.
Oh, oh.
Nossa, tá andando, mano.
Tá andando, mano. Você tá escutando?
Tô, cara.
Tem alguma coisa aqui, cara. Ai, ai, cara. Ai, ai, cara.
What the fuck are we looking at? I'll post in one of the recommended videos up here in a second of how easy it is to fake still images, especially paranormal ones. If you'd like to go check it out, you can, because that seemed like bullshit. Okay, and then the whole ceiling tile thing I would like to touch base with here is, like, I talk a lot about, and not just paranormal, in life, right? The idea of anything to justify your thought process. If you believe in paranormal and ghosts, any little thing you're going to justify as that so you don't feel like your opinions or your thoughts or your feelings towards something is wrong. I do talk a lot about that with religion as well. Well, that's a different conversation. You see it a lot in the paranormal world, and it kind of sucks because I think that it takes away from what we're trying to do here, and that is capture real footage. Sorry, I thought there was something like a bug crawling on my foot because it started tickling. You're in an abandoned building that is decrepit and falling apart, and you just so happen to be there that a ceiling tile may have fallen or whatever, okay? Now, the odds of that happening, yeah, are slim. Like, it just happened to fall when you're there? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it did. You know, maybe it was set up. I don't know. I'm not saying that, but, you know, ceiling tiles fall, especially in an abandoned building. Shit falls and breaks all the time in abandoned buildings. I've been at an abandoned building myself where a floor, like 40 feet in front of me, like pretty much fully collapsed. It's like crazy timing, right? Shit like that happens. But immediately it was, oh, this is paranormal. Is it? Or do you just want it to be paranormal? Of course you'd want it to be paranormal. A, it's great for views. B, it's compelling evidence in your head, like makes your channel more credible. But in my eyes, I feel like you're taking away from the point of things. If I was there and a ceiling tile fell, I'd be like, man, that's kind of creepy. But would I immediately be like, oh, it's the next thing they're going to be throwing it at us? Like, I wouldn't be like reacting in the sense of like that was something paranormal. Maybe I'm just not a good content creator because of it. But I feel like paranormal, if you're really researching, aren't we really trying to find evidence? Why are we still trying to do anything to justify? You know, just find the real evidence. And then this thing or whatever that they're looking at, it looks completely photoshopped in there. Like, it doesn't move, it doesn't do anything, it just looks like it's photoshopped in that spot, and then they do their best to run out of there.
Eu vi uma criança, Clemente. Claro, cara. Você não viram? Eu não vi.
Meu Deus do céu, tinha uma criança aqui, cara. Bora. Meu Deus do céu. Cara, primeira vez, cara. Mas que uma criança vai estar aqui, cara? Será que morreu uma criança aqui, cara? Cara, mas já começou a cair uma teia, cara. Aí você grita que viu alguma coisa que... Eu, cara, que eu vou correr. Mas eu não vi nada, cara. Ó. Tá andando, mano. Tá andando, velho. Tá andando, mano. Ó, meu Deus. Nossa senhora, caiu uma telha ali, cara. Você tá doido, mano. Cara, tem visagem aqui pra caramba, mano. Você tá doido, velho.
Sandro is shocked as he sees the pale apparition of a child right in front of him.
All right, well, you know, I've already kind of talked about that. I'm gonna let Nuke do his ending.
Thanks so much
thing.
for watching. Please check out my Instagram here, my Twitter over there, and then tickety flippity. Anyway, I hope I'll see you again next.
Go show him some love. I mean, we watch his videos all the time here. We're breaking them down, and they're great all the time. And you know, I had someone comment like, "How can you say these videos are great and then immediately try and say that they're fake?" Nuke's Top 5 is asking the question. He is not answering the question. And what I mean by that is he's compiling these videos for us to enjoy and watch. And he's asking us, are they real or are they fake? What do you think? And he'll show like what the highlights of the videos are. And his channel is fucking fantastic at doing that. And I'm here to try and answer the question he's asking. 90% of the time it's fake and bullshit, but hey, I digress. We're still having fun with it. But that's going to do it for today's episode. We're about a 40-something minute one, 45-minute one. I hope you guys enjoy. These are going to be coming out on Mondays now, so hopefully we can get them punched out and produced and edited and all that fun stuff in time every Monday. And then you guys can keep enjoying. Episode 20 is right around the corner. I'm going to be doing a big one. We're talking hour to 2 hour plus breakdown of videos. I'm going to have my water ready. We're going to be talking a lot. So, hope you guys are ready for that. I know I am. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.